Hello everyone, welcome to my classroom. I'm Neetu Ann Thomas, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Civil Engineering, SNIT Adur. I've been teaching you principles of management. So today we're going to deal with the second module of principles of management, which is early contributions and ethics in management. So when you talk about theories, managerial theories, it is basically divided into classical theory and neoclassical theories. So under classical theory, all these scientific management theories, administrative management theories, and bureaucracy theories come under classical theories. And in neoclassical theories, these human relations movement, behavioral approach, and modern theory, all these comes under neoclassical theories. So the main division of the managerial theories are two: classical and neoclassical. So what does actually this management theory mean? It is actually nothing but these are theoretical frameworks for the study of management. So, in order for us to study management, there should be really some basis on which we do the framework, right? Or do business or the management studies based on certain theories. So, each of the schools of management are based on different assumptions about human beings and the organizations in which they work. Right. So these practices came early 19th centuries. So management is considered as a formal discipline. Right. So in that, when you talk about classical theory or classical approach, it is one of the traditional practices. So it came all the way in during the time of industrial revolution in England, and due to this industrial revolution, there were a lot of there was a large growth of organizations, right? So these classical theories were concerned with the ways to manage work in organizations more efficiently and effectively. So then it constituted into the scientific management approach, administrative management approach, and bureaucracy management. Right. So I'll be explaining in detail what scientific management means and who is the father of scientific management, what are the contributions, etc. Right. So scientific management theory is a result of applying scientific knowledge and scientific methods to the various aspects of management. Right, so application of both the scientific methods and scientific knowledge would constitute scientific management. Okay, so the scientific management approach provides managers with a scientific basis for solving problems and making decisions based on. Right, so the introduction of scientific management improved productivity by the use of equipment and methods, and improvement in quality, and the way we dealt with the research and inspection, etc. So when you talk about scientific management, the father of scientific management is Taylor, right? Frederick Taylor. So he developed the concept of scientific management. So there were a lot of investigations or experiments he did, and found out so many things. So that is how where what we study in contributions of Taylor. Right. So he's called the father of scientific management, and he put forward a lot of elements which are needed in scientific management. Right. So he saw that productivity as the answer to both high wages and profits. So he had a lot of experience from the bottom level. That is, his experience were from the workers to the higher levels. So he knew what the workers went through, or what the workers were feeling, or what the problems of the workers were, And he finally concluded, or his concern was that of increasing efficiency in production. How to increase efficiency in production? See, if you lower the cost of a product, there will be a lot of profits that you get. But will that really affect the quality also? So, all these factors should be considered: the quality, the production rate, the profit, okay, and the wages that the workers receive. All things were taken into account, and he saw that productivity as the answer to both high wages and profits, because he wanted to give a fair wages to all the workers. So he gave more importance to workers, and he wanted to pay them subsequently, like for what work they did, they should receive amount for that, right? So he concentrated more on productivity. So how productivity can be improved, that was his main aim. For that, he came up with so many conclusions. So that is told to be the contributions made by Taylor. So firstly, he replaced rule of thumb method with scientific methods. That is, the rule of thumb method in the sense you point out to one person and ask them to do the job, that was removed and scientific methods were applied. Secondly, he trained and developed each worker. Instead of allowing them to develop themselves, as it is done in most of the companies now, he personally or he scientifically selected, trained, and developed each worker. Right, that was more productive in terms of him. Thirdly, cooperate with the workers to ensure that scientifically developed methods were followed. So, cooperation of the workers were equally important for the increase in productivity. And fourthly, divide work equally between managers and workers. That is, not forcing the workers to do the full amount of job, but sharing the work equally with the managers and the workers, so that work is done more effectively and production is done more efficiently. So he concentrated more on productivity and productivity based wages. So that is what was Taylor's contribution to scientific management. Hope it's clear. Then we'll talk about contributions of Frank Gilbert and Lillian Gilbert. So that is a second stage of scientific management contributions, which were done by Gilbert human relations approach. Right, so Gilbert and his wife both brought a major contribution to scientific management. He began working as a apprentice in a bricklayer and later became a chief superintendent. Right, so he published a series of books in how you lay bricks and how to handle materials and how to train the workers and different methods to lower cost. So he began as a bricklayer and finally he became a he gave a lot of contributions to scientific management. So these are the contributions of Gilbert. He stressed on the best way of doing a job can be found out by eliminating the inefficient and wasteful motions involved in the work. So whichever apt steps we have to take in the completion of a job, we have to take that instead of all the unnecessary steps that would waste our time and energy. And he also emphasized on being careful about the welfare of the workers in the organization. He gave so much importance to the welfare of the workers and how their efficiency can be increased, how workers could be trained on a better environment, and how the cooperation between the employees within the organization can be improved or enhanced. So he gave a valuable contribution. So these were the two people, Gilbreth and Taylor, gave contributions in the classical approach for the betterment of the management studies, and those are the contributions that we need to study in the traditional way of approaching management studies. So hope it is clear. That's all for the day. Thank you.